stop buying fish. Like sometimes you need to tell people, it's enough. Stop for now. Maybe you have too many fish in the tank, or your fish is dying like flies. The corals are dying like crazy. Like there's either something wrong with the tank, or wait, there is something wrong with the tank or something wrong with you. Like you just can't keep continuing. If something is wrong, address the problem. Figure it out. Is it your water parameters? Your fish don't mix well. Fish place you're getting it from has bad stuff in it. You don't want to deal with it. The worst thing you can do is just pretend that, oh, I was unlucky with the specimen. I'm gonna go get another one. Maybe it'll work out, but that also doesn't mean that was the right thing to do.
Right.
Like you still need to be like, okay, why are things dying? Is something wrong? Check your equipment. Is there electricity like leaking? You know, in the tank? Is something must be wrong, right? Like if things keep dying all the time, like if it smells like poop everywhere you go, it might be you who stepped on it, right? You need to kind of figure out why. Self-assessment.
So for me, like I always have to tell people to stop buying fish, and it's weird because at work I sell fish, right? So I was telling you this story that there was this older gentleman who was so used to buying fish for 20 years already, because again he came from a background that maybe they weren't into fish keeping. The knowledge was
older generation.
The older generation, yes. So the habit for 20 years was buying fish. It wasn't understanding why and how to keep his fish alive. So when we came in and when we built him the system, and his fish was okay, like he managed to collect everything that he wanted. He has a queen angel, an emperor, a Kaisu's angel, a full-fledged angel tank that is already quite, I would say very overloaded actually, because he feeds a lot and they grow in size and stuff like that. And there was a time that he came into the store and he was telling me like, hey, can I add fish? And I was like, no. And then the next week I got a call from his assistant to tell me that, oh, by the way, Mr. So-and-so was very pissed with you because you refused to sell him any fish. And I was like, yeah, but I can't sell him any fish because I don't think it's professionally right to sell him any fish. So yeah, I mean, I think number one, if your tank is definitely overloaded, and you're done with your list, I think you should learn to know that you cannot add fish anymore. And
Even if you're not done with your list,
okay.
even if you had 7 tank lists and your 5 tanks are pretty big and pretty nasty, if you have a sohao there, like please don't add another tank. Like the sohao is just gonna kill everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's an evolving list, but not up in number. It can also go down. You'll be like, okay, you know what? I kind of overshot. You know, this is kind of good. You know.
Okay, actually there's another reason why the guys who add new fish will always not do very well as compared. They always come into the store and say things like, hey, you know, I always buy new fish and then it just dies, but the old fish are fine. So this is one of the interesting story that we found that one customer, he took his water sample and we found out that his fish was living in a dead sea because it was 1.03 something in salinity. Old fish are fine because they grew towards the salinity, but whenever he adds new fish, obviously they can't because firstly they don't acclimatize, secondly it's just too salty for the old fish to get used to in a sitting. So that's also one reason. I think, yeah, you said earlier, you have to find out why are new fish dying. There's just absolutely
must
no
be something
reason.
you're doing wrong. It can't be every single new fish you put in is unlucky. It's like you flip a coin, it's like 3 times in a row it's possible, probable, no. You know, so it's one of those things lah.
Yeah.
You just have to be self-aware, you know. It's like it can't be like, oh, it must be someone else's fault. Like get your ego out of the way and just test your water.
Yeah. So
salinity of all things.
Yeah, that one was really shocking actually. Yeah, so sometimes they don't know actually because they are so used to the same routine, but they thought that it's gonna be okay. But you need to check. Yeah, you definitely need to check to know the reason behind it. Why does the new fish not make it? There must be a science behind it.
So stop buying fish until you figure it out.
If they keep dying.